All right, all right, all right. Yeah, man. I was just trying to figure out, like, you know, yeah, I got the Kelly Green, you know. I got I got this one here. This old school one right here now. This old school. But check this out. This the Super Bowl one right here. You can't look at that. Super Bowl, man. So I think I'm gonna rock today because we so close. I'm gonna rock the old school, man. I'm going old school today. I gotta represent, man. Hey. You got the same thing, man. You representing. You representing.
I always do that, right? That's what I do, but I can't get mad at the Randall Cunningham Green. That's what I call it. I
That's
call it
this the
Cunningham.
Randall, man. This the
Yeah.
Randall. Yeah. This the throwback.
All right, all
Yeah,
right.
man. Yeah.
Hey,
Hey.
look, you know what? This
Yeah.
your time. This your time,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
No one can say
I.
nothing. I can't say this.
I
Your team made it, right? You got how much more? You got what? 8 and 10 days? About 10 days?
10 days, man.
Yeah,
10 days.
yeah.
Yep.
Talk your talk, man. Talk your talk.
Hey, look. This is gonna be a good one, man. This is gonna be good. I look. I don't know, man. From 2017
Mhm.
and when we won our first one, and then getting back 2 years ago, because you guys win. When did y'all win? Y'all won. When did you guys win? That was what?
That was Super Bowl 56. So that was 21,
That was
2021.
in Atlanta, right? That was in Atlanta.
No,
Oh
that's the one
no,
we lost. We lost to the Patriots in Atlanta.
and the
Um,
Patriots in Atlanta.
right. The
Yes,
one we
yes.
won was in LA. It
That was in L.A.
was home.
Oh wow, man, I
Yeah.
didn't even know that was in
Yeah,
L.A.
that was LA. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Yeah, man. But yeah, man. I mean, um, have you ever been to the Super Bowl experience? Like, you know, they have like it's they had it in Atlanta when the Super Bowl was in Atlanta that year. They had it like at the Georgia World Congress Center, and it was like right down there. And I mean, dude,
Links.
I mean,
Links.
yeah,
I went to the Super Bowl. What you talking about?
I can't even
What
talk
you
to you,
talking
man. I
about?
can't talk to
And
you,
they
man.
came here to Atlanta. I went. So let me. You want me to tell you what I did?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, you know this. I broadcasted it to our group chat. I went to the Super
I
Bowl.
forgot about this,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. So my dad. My dad is a Patriots fan.
Right. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
I flew him down and I bought him a ticket and we both went.
Stop this,
And
man.
he did that. Yeah, yeah,
Man, that's crazy,
yeah,
dude. You man, look, dude. I know that was an experience, man. I know that was an
yeah,
experience.
yeah.
I
It
mean,
was
I
it was
know
once in a lifetime.
once in a yeah,
Couple of things from that, right? On one hand, it was because we lost the game.
right.
As a fan, I'd never felt pain like that before watching a
Yeah,
football game. Like,
yeah.
there's one thing seeing your team lose. There's
Right.
one thing watching your team on TV lose the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But when you are there
When you're in person,
and
yeah,
it's in front of you and
yeah,
you
yeah, yeah,
lose,
yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't that was one thing I didn't prepare myself for. I didn't anticipate what that feeling would have been like had we lost. And then
yeah.
having to go through that, it was like, man, that it like I really I didn't want to talk to nobody,
I,
right? So that's on the
I,
one hand, right?
right.
On the other hand, I had my dad tell me literally, I helped him like tick off a bucket list item. Like that was one thing he the one of the things in his life he was able to experience that he didn't think he would have been able to experience. So
Yeah,
you know,
that's huge.
it was bittersweet,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
man, I wouldn't change it for the world, man. It was a
Yeah,
good experience. Yeah.
and you know, if there's anybody, I'm we die hard fans for our teams, but if there's anybody that you lose to, and it's your old man, and why you shaking your head, man?
Don't even finish that statement. Don't say no. Ain't no, 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 no.
He,
Let me tell you something.
let me ask you, he was gloating on you.
He wasn't gloating
Yeah, yeah.
the way normal people gloat. You got to
Okay,
understand my own mind. right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There's a way about him where it's insufferable sometimes. We were on the train because I wasn't driving downtown to go to the
Right.
game.
Oh yeah. No way.
So we took the motor. And as we're on the train, he's in his garb, I'm in my garb, right? And
Yeah. Yeah.
people, of course, you going to the game? Like, yeah, we going to the game, right?
Right. Right.
And so you guys, father and son.
Yeah.
And my dad, he was proud. Wow, like you, I mean, he's like, as a father, you secretly you kind of want his team to win, right? And my dad looked at him like, no. He looked like,
What you talking about?
what you talking about, right? Like, no. It's like,
Right. Right.
okay, all of that. I don't care about none of this right now. I go into the game and I want to see my team win.
That's
I
it.
mean,
That's it.
that's part of the you know, competitive spirit that my dad had that he put in me too,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
At the
Yeah.
end of the
Yeah.
day,
You gotta win.
you got to win,
Gotta win.
right?
I,
No love
yeah.
lost, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
ain't no family, ain't no friends when it comes to competition. You
I
know,
feel you, man. I
my
feel you.
dad was the person he never let me win anything.
That's a lesson right there for a lot of parents and their kids, man.
Mhm.
Because and that's why a lot of kids end up soft. And when I say soft, I mean like you know crumble under pressure and that kind of stuff because the parents always let them win and they want them to win and make them feel good and that kind of stuff like
Yeah,
that. But that's powerful, man. That's a
yeah,
good lesson, man.
yeah, man, yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah. But
Let
it's
me ask you this. Let me
it's
yeah, I know it's a, I know it's a. I mean, I just want to ask you,
yeah.
like, like, how was that? How was that feeling, man? I know y'all lost the game, but I mean, just being in the atmosphere and the environment of being in a Super Bowl and all that.
It felt surreal,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Because one, there's so many things that has to happen. One, your team, of course, your team has to make it.
that's right.
Two, logistically, it just happened to be when my team made it. It happened. The Super Bowl happened to be in the city that I resided in,
That's crazy,
so I
man.
didn't. There was no extra expenses that was needed to travel to it. I
Right.
just needed to hop on a train and get downtown. So that
That's it.
that that was a beautiful thing.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I've been keeping an eye on these Eagles tickets, man, in New Orleans. Absolutely.
But I had a plan. The plan
Yeah.
came true, and everything's everything. But
Yeah, man. That's
you only
good,
live
man.
once. You only live
Yeah,
once.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
yeah,
And that's a definite bucket list thing, man. So yeah, that's big. That's big.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm keeping my eye on them. I'll see what they do. See how they fluctuate. Yeah.
You'll see. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
If you
So
think so,
hey,
you can do it. Do it.
yeah, man, look, I said, look, it's New Orleans is what, seven, I think 6.5 hours away or something like that.
Yeah.
Not bad. You could jump in there and just boom, and
Boom.
next
Yep.
thing and you're there. So, it's not like it's in LA or something where you gotta
Right.
fly,
Right.
all the way out there or something like that. So, um, man, I'm
Okay.
looking.
All right. All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Hey, I was looking up something today,
Yeah.
because I know um Senior Bowl and all that stuff like that. Senior Bowl is tomorrow, and I was looking up and I saw something where it said the top 5 Senior Bowl performances over the last 15 years by active NFL players.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
Tell me if you could guess, and I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna go down from 5 to 1. Tell me if you could guess any player right now that you would think Senior Bowl. They are active players, right? In the last 15 years.
Baker Mayfield.
No.
No.
Try one more.
Uh, is Josh Allen a senior? Josh Allen?
No. Check this out. Okay, I'm
Mm.
gonna go down 5 to 1, and guess what? There's a LA Ram on it, and there's a Philadelphia Eagle on it.
Hold on. Cooper Cup.
No.
Give me one.
No, this is crazy, man.
Give me one
This is
more.
crazy.
Give me one more.
Active.
So
Active,
when you say active, they assume
playing right now.
right now.
Yes. But they went now. This is according to the ESPN writer. Obviously, this is his you know his top five. But anyway,
Okay.
I
Yeah. Let me
okay.
hear
So coming in at number five from the LA Rams, Brandon Fisk.
it. Okay.
Okay, okay they said he had a huge week.
He did.
They said the obviously y'all got Jared Verse as well.
Mhm.
But they said, man, in the game, this dude was just he was just an animal, man. In this game, he was like, they said after working all week with the American team, even earning practice player of the week honors, he went against his former teammates in the game, playing for the shorthanded national team. And they were just saying that he had a huge week, and because this is in Mobile, Alabama, right? That's usually where they do it, right? And he was a second round pick, um, and like they say, join Jared Verse, but they said he is he's actually in the running right now for rookie of the year for um offensive rookie of the year. I mean, no, he's
You,
a D tackle.
you talking about
So
Jared Verse or Fisk?
no, Fisk.
Fisk is a D tackle.
Yeah,
He led all rookies in sacks.
in sacks.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah. But anyway, he was number five on the list, man.
I could see that. No, he was a beast, man.
Yeah,
He was
I mean,
phenomenal.
so could you did you see like did you have the foresight to see this like when he was playing in this game to say this kid is gonna be like was it that obvious? I mean, according to this guy, he's like the top 15. I mean, top five in the last 15 years.
Yeah, yeah. He did. I remember him having a good Senior Bowl, but it wasn't because of the Senior Bowl that I anticipated him
Yeah,
having a good career.
yeah, yeah.
I watched him just by happen chance. I was fixated on Florida State that year
Mm,
and what they
yeah.
were going through. Again, remember that's the year
Right, right.
where they
Yeah,
got shafted, right? Where
yeah,
they were supposed to go to the playoffs, and for whatever, they didn't let them go because their
yeah.
quarterback got hurt,
That's
right?
they got
So,
screwed, man. Yeah.
but when he had the performance that he did have at the showing, right, that he had at the Senior Bowl, really for me what it did, it just validated him because I'm like, yeah, I already knew he was legit.
Yeah.
He was a good talent. So,
Yeah. Yeah. That's crazy, man.
yeah,
That's crazy
yeah,
that
yeah.
he's making that much of an impact already. So I mean, Aaron Donald leaves and this dude just I mean, he coming in and then versus there. I mean, y'all
Mhm.
I mean, good picks, man. Good
Yeah,
picks.
yeah.
All right. So number 4, Terry McLaurin from the Commanders.
Interesting.
Yep.
Okay, I could
These-
see
the-
that. I could see that.
Yes. So Terry, they were saying he's coming off his fifth straight 1,000-yard campaign with the Commanders.
Right.
And again, they said he caught 4 passes for 53 yards, and had a 19-yard run, missing out on the MVP of the game. And guess who the MVP of the game went to?
That year?
That year. I think he came out, and I don't think they have 2019.
Who? Who was it?
Daniel Jones. Wow.
So you know what my next question was going to be after you went through this list?
Yeah.
My question was going to be who had a solid showing, but ended up being an absolute bust, right?
There you go.
So
That's the
yeah,
answer right there.
that
That's the
yeah,
answer right there. So
yeah,
yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah.
one.
So number 4. So number 3. Wow. When I saw this, I was like, I mean, I didn't know what to say. Anyway, Dak Prescott,
Yeah,
number
yeah,
3,
yeah. That
2016.
doesn't surprise me. He
Don't
was
surprise you.
no, he was legit in college.
Yeah.
I So you know when he came out
26. Jared Goff came out
and Wentz. That's when Jared
and
Goff and
Wentz.
Wentz,
Yes, yes,
right?
yes, yes, yes,
So
yes.
I let me tell you, I don't I never told you this, right? But I wanted the Rams to draft Dak Prescott
Really?
because remember now we were in the middle of the first round.
Right, right,
We
right.
we 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 uh we traded like two first round picks to move up to the number one spot to get Goff.
To get Goff, yeah. Yep.
And in as much as I knew Goff, I watched him out of Cal. He went to University of California,
Yeah.
and I'm watching him and really good arm talent, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like what I call it, like he had like this elastic release, meaning the ball just looked like it just slung out of his arm, right?
Right, 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 right.
But he was in what was called a bear raid offense. And my concern about the bear raid offense was that it was a one read. It was like
Mm.
one read and then that's it,
Right,
right?
right, right.
Get
Yeah.
the ball out or throw it away.
Right,
And
right.
so I didn't know how he would be able to make that move, make that conversion over into the pros. When he was done with his college career, between it was documented that with the combination of his high school and his college career,
Yeah.
he's taken a total of just one snap under center.
What?
Yeah, everything was shotgun.
Wow.
So I had my concern, and when he came to the Rams, ironically enough, that year we were doing the hard knock. They
Yeah,
were
yeah, I remember
monitoring
that.
us,
Yep.
and he had to spend time just learning how to take snaps under center.
Yeah.
He didn't know how to
Wow.
do it. So
Fisher was there, right?
Fisher was there.
Fisher was there.
Fisher was
Yep.
the guy. Yeah, he was the guy he wanted Goff over
Yeah.
Wentz because it was a toss up. Who are we going to take? When we made the move,
Right.
my preference was Wentz, just to be completely transparent, because
Right.
I
Oh,
thought
y'all
Wentz
lucked out
had
on that.
he had more of the prototypical
Right. Yeah.
you know
That NFL kind of.
right he had
Yeah.
the background, and he played in a pro style offense.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I didn't want to pick him because I just thought he was the absolute better player.
Right.
I thought that he would have just translated better to our offense than
hmm
Goff. Okay.
hmm
But
And you,
ultimate,
no, no, no. I was gonna say, and you know what? If he was in the, if in talking about Wentz, if he was in the right environment, maybe in you guys' environment, he might have thrived. I don't know. You know.
I like Wentz. Like I really like his skill set. I understand that there's some character issues there that I can't put my finger on. I don't understand it. He just don't seem to fit organically in a locker room for whatever
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah. He
And I
don't.
think that's what really kind of he just can't get out of his own way.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
from a skill set perspective, I really thought that he was going to be a better quarterback and that he would
Yeah.
have been better than Goff. Now, Goff has proven me
Yeah.
in the
Goff.
past
Yeah.
week he's doing really well,
Yeah. Yeah.
particularly in Detroit.
Right.
But
Yeah.
we all know there's still limitations there,
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely.
Now,
Yeah.
going back to the Prescott thing, I was thinking Dak Prescott because of our position in the draft. I figured that we could have gotten another position of need in the first round, and then maybe in the second or third round get Dak. And if
Yeah.
memory serves me
Me too.
right, Dak I think was drafted in the fourth.
Fourth round.
Yep.
Yep. Round four, number
Yep.
135 overall.
So yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Wow. That's crazy, man. I didn't know. Like I said, when it comes to these players coming out of college and stuff, I don't watch college football that much.
hmm
I mean, I'll watch it, but that's why like Dak Prescott. I mean, I heard about him, but really wasn't studying him like that. Coming out of school. So, all right. So number two is Justin Herbert. Um, Drafted round one, number 6 overall by the Chargers.
So yeah, he
Yeah,
was a surprise. Not I mean to be as refined,
yeah,
complete of a quarterback as he's shown to be in the pros.
yeah,
When he was in Oregon, he was very mobile.
yeah.
He seemed to be more of like a running quarterback.
Right, right.
And then when he came in, man, it was so weird because there's still a lot of speculation in terms of
Yeah, with him.
exactly what happened. And what I
Mm-hmm.
mean by that is Tyrod Taylor was the starting quarterback when they drafted Herbert.
Right.
Herbert was supposed to just sit, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think there was an incident with Tyrod Taylor in the preseason where he got an injury, and it wasn't like a big injury. It was like he got hurt,
Right.
but he can still play. The doctor was supposed to inject him with some sort of, one of those pain,
Right. Right. Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
things, right? And they inserted the needle a little bit too far, and I think it hit a long it caused more damage than it was supposed to.
Oh
Right? It wasn't
man.
supposed to cause any damage at all, but I think it punctured a lung or something to that effect, because I think it was like a rib injury.
Shoot.
It was a rib
Yeah.
injury, right? And he had to miss basically half the season.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
how Herbert ended up getting inserted in as the starter. And of course, there are people who conspiracy theorists, like, maybe did they do that on purpose
On
because
purpose.
they
Yeah.
already
Yeah.
knew
Yeah.
that Herbert was going to be the guy. I wouldn't go that far to think that
Right.
anyone
Yeah.
is that
Yeah.
devious, but you can't put anything out of the realm of possibility. These stories don't invent themselves, right?
Right. That's
But
right. Yeah.
but when Herbert came in and just out of the gate just started, you know, he was prototypical,
Right.
making the
Right.
right reads, making the right throws, being efficient, taking care of the
Yeah.
ball. And I'm saying to myself, I saw this guy in Oregon and I didn't see him doing this.
Right. Right. Right.
Not
Right.
not
Yeah.
not to this capacity.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Hmm.
that's also why your boy and Brian Flores, right?
Yes. Yeah.
He wanted Herbert over Tua.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
That was the whole
That was his.
issue.
I got you. I
That was
got you.
the issue.
Yeah.
The
I
main
got
issue. Everyone talking about, they were
you. He
asking him.
didn't like him and all that stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Right, right.
Right.
But it really, what it was that Brian Flores was banging the desk, give me Herbert. The GM at the
Right.
time, no, or the owner, I think, stepped in and was like, no, I want Tua,
You want
Alabama,
to?
rah rah,
Right.
whatever that is.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
ended up with that. And I
Wow.
mean, I think
Wow.
Brian Flores was right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. When you look at Herbert, man, he's solid. And also in that same draft, you had Jalen Hurts come out in that draft, and then you had Jordan Love in that same draft.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they said in the Senior Bowl he was lighting it up.
Yeah.
So, yep. So that's number two. So number one kind of shocked me because I was like, I remember this player, and this player is an Eagle. I remember this player, and I was like, and this wasn't written. This was not written by an Eagle. I had to go back and look at the story.
You can't,
Listen. I had to go back and look
timeline
at the
was
story, and I was like, who? I say, who wrote this story? But anyway, number one in 2010, round one, number 13 overall by the Philadelphia Eagles, Brandon Graham.
Brandon Graham.
Um, Brandon Graham.
So wait.
Yeah.
I'm a Michigan fan, right?
No. Oh yeah. Yes. I
Yeah.
know you're a Michigan
Yeah.
fan. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That gets a pass. That can
That
get
get a pass. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Brandon. Look,
Beast.
man.
Beast.
He,
Beast.
Brandon Graham
Yeah.
was legit.
Yeah.
They said he got MVP honors in the Senior Bowl.
Yep.
And they said he had 2 sacks in the game, a forced fumble, and he was just dominant. End up winning the MVP of that game. But that shocked me because I was like, but I remember when we got Brandon Graham, it took Brandon a while in the NFL to really kind of, he was the first 3 years in Philly, he was labeled a bust. He was it was like, with this dude, we picked this dude so high round one, and he ain't doing nothing. And but it just took him a while to really get started. And after that, man, he's been a integral part of the Eagles.
We tend to say that a lot about some of these players where it takes them a while.
Yeah,
We've seen a lot of instances where players can just start. It doesn't take them, right,
they just
at
come out
all.
and just
And for some, it's fair to say that, right? But
yeah.
I think with Brandon, I think it was a scheme fit. I
Mm,
think Philly had to figure out how to properly use
mm-hmm,
him
mm-hmm,
and
yeah,
let him play to his strengths. Yeah,
I
but
can see that.
yeah,
I
but
can see that.
he was phenomenal in college with Michigan, and he was a staple in that Michigan defense at that time too.
Yeah,
We were still having a hard time winning right consistently, but the defense was always stout,
yeah,
and he
yeah,
was a big contributor to that. So
yeah.
yeah,
I agree with that. Scheme wise, definitely, I think they open it up for him. After that, and as you know, he was the big contributor in 2017 coming around that corner. He said, "Yeah, look on the sideline." He was like, "Hey, man, on this next play, I'm gonna sack the quarterback. I'm gonna strip sack because the way how this guy playing me on the inside, I could go around him. I could get around him. Because how he been playing me like this all game.
mhm.
This is looking at the film after the NFL films after the
Yep.
game, and man, come around that corner, bam, on Brady. Boy, look, man, that was the best feeling ever, man. That
Yeah.
was the best feeling ever. This is like Brandon Graham. But yeah, Brandon Graham is number one on the list, man. And this was not written by Eagle, by somebody from Philly. But yeah, yeah, yeah. So that was the top five, man. So in the last 15 years, according to this guy. So there you go.
I mean, you can't get more subjective than
You
this.
it just so happened that the Eagle was number one, man. It just so happened that the Eagle was number one.
and and
But
and
yeah.
you, and you had to find that,
I
right?
had to find that.
Just happened. I know.
It just by happenstance. I was just searching and just pop up on my screen, man.
Wow. Wow.
So what's your take on the Senior Bowl this year? Any any prospects that you see that might be, you know, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Is Shador and what's my man name?
Hunter?
And Hunter, they playing in the
I don't
Senior
think they're
Bowl?
playing in it. I don't
They're not
think
playing.
they don't need to, right?
Yeah, they don't. I guess they don't need
I
to.
don't think they're playing in it.
Yeah.
There are a couple of players that I'm looking forward to seeing. Two quarterbacks come to mind. The quarterback out of Notre Dame, um, Leonard, Riley Leonard.
Yeah. Yeah. He's a big dude.
He's built like Josh Allen,
Yeah,
right?
he is big, man. Because
And
when,
and,
when I,
and, and he's mobile, and he has a basketball background too.
okay, yeah, I
Right.
could see, man. Because when they were showing him on the at the beginning of the championship game,
Mhm.
I was like, and they close up on him. I was like, man, this is a big dude.
Yeah,
He's
I
huge.
think given the right opportunity with the right team that
Yeah.
drafts him, I think he can definitely do something. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I know everyone's looking at Cam Ward.
Yeah.
They're
Cam
looking
Ward.
at
So
Shador.
he's gonna play. Is he gonna play or no?
Who? Cam Ward?
Cam. I don't think he. I mean, because he right now
No,
he's
no, no. He's not going to.
supposed to be number one.
He's going to be number one. He's not going to
You're
play.
right.
Not in the
Yeah.
Senior Bowl, right?
Yeah.
But I'm just talking about in terms of prospect, like when they get,
Right.
and
Yeah.
everyone's looking at him, everyone is looking at Shador. But I
Yeah.
think Riley Leonard, I think he has a shot to really be a star if he ends up with the right
Okay.
team. And
Yeah.
then the other guy I'm looking at is Jackson Dart.
Okay. That name sounds
He's
familiar.
a
Where?
quarterback out of Ole Miss, right?
Ole Miss. Okay.
He's a senior, of course, he's a senior in the Senior Bowl. But I think he stacked up about 4,000 plus yards passing,
Wow.
about 29, close to 30 touchdowns, and only 6 interceptions, right?
Wow.
Highly efficient, a good distributor of the football, arm talent, very strong.
Yeah.
The coach for Ole Miss is Lane Kiffin.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And
Yeah. Yeah. I remember. Yeah. Yeah.
Lane Kiffin gets a bad rap, right? For he's been around and he's rubbed a lot of people the wrong way.
Yeah.
But there's no doubting, like he has a good football mind,
Absolutely.
particularly on the offensive side,
Yeah.
which is amazing because his father is the late Monty Kiffin,
Yep.
the
Defense.
yeah
Yep.
the creator of the Tampa 2, right?
Yep.
But
Yep.
Lane, he's on the offensive side, and Jackson I think he's been with Ole Miss for several years with him. So
Yeah.
he's had that tutelage, I think that's
Definitely.
necessary. And I think I read something also that he has a very close connection with the Manning family,
Okay.
where they have become like mentors of him. He
Yeah.
talks, and I'm not even talking about just Eli and Peyton. He
Right.
talks to the Patriot. He talks to Archie.
Okay. Okay.
He said he and Archie. I think he and Archie talk. They say almost every week.
Okay.
So
Wow.
he seems to have a good head on his shoulders and has the talent to boot. I think he's another one in this draft where if he gets with the right team,
Right.
yeah,
He'll he'll be pretty
he'd be saying
solid.
something. Yeah.
Okay, man. So that really what did you think about his performance though in the national championship?
Riley Leonard.
Yeah.
Riley Leonard. Yeah, it was adequate. It was
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, look, Ohio State was the better team,
Yeah.
right? Hands
Man.
down. Like when I went, before the game, when they were slotted, that those were the two uh contenders right there going for the championship.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was going to be close.
Okay.
And
Okay.
it's no slight on Riley Leonard at all. It's just that Ohio State is a school that has a roster comprised of $20 million of NIL money.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Those boys, let me tell you.
a lot of talent,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
I didn't think Notre Dame was gonna feasibly win that game.
They were balling, man.
Yeah,
They were balling, and that defense, man, they were ball hawks all over the place. And so, when I saw, I actually wanted Notre Dame to win. Um, I just felt like Notre Dame. I'm not a Notre Dame fan or anything like that. But I just said, you know what? But then when I saw Ohio State, whoo, that defense, man, those,
and let me tell you this. Like I got it. Let me get this out there.
yeah,
Ohio State, like I said, over $20 million worth of NIL money. They got
right,
a fantastic, probably the best roster
yeah,
in college football this past year.
yeah, yeah,
Did what they're supposed to do in the playoffs. They won the whole thing. They deserve it. They got it,
right.
but they still couldn't beat Michigan. Michigan still beat y'all.
Michigan still beat them.
Michigan still beat y'all. So they got to live with that. They have to live with that.
Right, right,
Won
right,
it.
right.
You won it.
Yeah, yeah.
Couldn't beat Michigan.
Couldn't beat Michigan.
Couldn't beat
Oh
Michigan,
man,
right?
yeah,
Couldn't
yeah,
do
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Last year, who won it last year?
Who won it last year?
Michigan.
Michigan did win it last
And who
year.
Michigan beat that year too? Ohio State.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yep.
That's
So
crazy,
yeah, we
man.
still got bragging rights.
You got bragging rights, man.
Yep.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So when it all shake down, you could say, "Hey, we give y'all an L."
You couldn't beat us.
Wow, man,
Yeah.
that's crazy, man.
Take the trophy.
I didn't even know about that.
You couldn't beat us.
I didn't even know that,
Best
man.
rivalry in almost in all the sports.
Yeah, oh, that Ohio State, Michigan. Man, how did you become a Michigan fan anyway? How did you become a Michigan fan?
You want to talk about that on this? So growing up, we you remember Rocket Ishmael,
Yeah, well, yeah,
polarizing, right? So you have
right,
to remember now, me, I paid like receiver, right?
right.
And I was always undersized. I was small. So any play I saw, particularly coming out of college, that kind of met my frame at the time, I'm zeroing in on them.
Yeah,
Right. So I I'm watching, I saw Rocket, was enamored by him, fascinated, but I was just getting into college football at that
right,
time,
right, right, right.
89, 90, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
The year before, I think they had Tim Brown. Tim Brown won
Mm,
the Heisman
yep,
with Notre Dame. So
yep.
I'm trending. I'm like this close
You about to be a Notre Dame
to
fan?
being a Notre Dame fan, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So the following year, I'm watching. I'm like, where we live, growing up, and we don't get a lot of the major networks, right?
right. Yeah,
And so when the games come, you take it for what it is. We getting all the Notre Dame games. So I'm
yeah,
watching the Notre Dame game that it's being televised, and at that time they're playing Michigan,
yeah.
right? Now Rocket's already gone. He's already he's in Canada. He didn't go straight to the NFL. He went to
Right. Yeah, I
NFL. He
remember
went
that.
to
I
Toronto
remember that. Yeah,
Argonauts, right? So Now I'm trying to figure, okay, who Notre Dame got? Like, what was the team looking like? And every time I'm like, every highlight for that game, it
Yeah.
was one player, Desmond Howard.
Desmond
Desmond
Howard.
Howard was lighting them boys up,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
saying, who this 21 is? Okay, Notre Dame. Notre Dame's gonna 21 touchdown. Okay.
Yeah.
Michigan, 21 touchdown. Okay. And then it came down to this fourth and long play, right?
Yeah.
I think it was like fourth and uh, like it was fourth and 10, something like that. But they were like on the 20-yard line.
Right.
The quarterback at the time was Elvis Gerbach. Okay. So
Okay,
Elvis
yeah.
Gerbach, Notre Dame, I mean, Michigan always played like in a pro style formation.
Right.
Two wide receivers, two running backs, right? One tight end. And so it's nothing super sexy, nothing like that. It's just a basic formation.
Yeah.
Gerbach goes under center, fourth down play, hikes the ball, he drops back, rush comes in, he throws it over the top. I'm looking, when you see it, you see Desmond Howard, he has two defenders on him.
Right.
He runs past the defenders. The ball lands in the corner of the end zone. You're like, he's not getting that. He
Yeah.
stretches out vertical to the ground, catches the ball, preserves the catch when he hits the ground,
Yeah.
touchdown. That's when I
Wow.
became a Michigan fan. I'm like,
That was
that's
it.
it.
That was it.
That's it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man.
That
Desmond Howard.
was it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember, man. That
And
dude
then
was a
he
beast.
won the Heisman that year
And
too.
he won the Heisman.
Yeah.
Yeah, yep,
Yeah.
yep. I remember. Okay, all right. That's where this Michigan come from.
That's where
Yeah,
it
I
came.
know you was a Michigan fan, and I was so I did. Thanks for answering that question because I never knew that. I never knew you was a Michigan. How you became a Michigan fan? It's crazy, man. All right. So I mean, I know we're gonna talk about this Super Bowl coming up. We're gonna talk about that at another time. And I know we have a special guest coming on. We got the doc coming on,
Yep. Doc will be
right?
in next week. So the
Next week.
reason for
Yep.
particularly next week, we need an impartial voice,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
We
yeah, yeah.
know, we know for the Super Bowl, you go in Eagles,
Hey, you know
right?
how I go. You know how I go.
You
Yeah.
know, I right now don't like the Eagles. You all
Right, 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 right.
so
Yeah,
I don't trust myself to be practical and pragmatic in this conversation.
yeah,
So
yeah,
Doc's gonna come in and he's gonna help balance the
yeah.
conversation out.
That's good, man. I can't wait to have him on and really just share some perspective on this game.
Mhm.
I'm really genuinely interested in what he got to say because
Yep.
I need to hear this. And
Mhm.
I might put Doc on the spot and I might say, Doc, who you picking, man? Who you
Yeah,
picking
yeah.
in this
Put him on the
game?
spot. Put him on the
I'm putting him on the spot.
spot. But you know
Yeah,
what? But before we get into there is a bit of news I want to discuss, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And I was going over, looking at some of the news outlets, and I wanted to see if there were some people out there that were going to cover this, and not many did, but some did, and
yeah.
I'm glad they did. But I want this piece of news to receive the proper amount of energy, right?
Okay, okay, yeah,
You heard about Justin Tucker,
yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah, 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 yeah.
You heard
The
the
massage
details.
parlor.
You heard the details.
I didn't hear the details. I
So
just I just know
let me
that, yeah.
let me go over this, right, real quick,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
we all know when certain things like this happen to
Yeah. Yeah.
other people.
Right.
I'm not
Right.
I'm not gonna give that too
I
much energy, but
Hey,
you know
I
what
know
I'm
what you're
talking
saying. I
about,
know what you're
right?
saying. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Hey, I saying to myself, maybe it's because of the position, maybe because he's a kicker. I don't know, right? I don't think
Yeah.
that's what it is.
No.
But if it was a different type of person slash player,
Right.
this would be major, major, major headlines, right?
Major. Major. Yeah.
So let's go over the allegation first,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
then I'm gonna
Yeah.
get into some of the details, right,
Okay. Yeah.
on this. Right. So there's a lawsuit right now taking place where
Hmm.
allegedly, right, what's his name? Justin Tucker
Hmm.
has been accused of inappropriate acts, right, towards um, employees of 4 spa companies. Okay.
Four.
4, right? I think it's upwards of 4,
It's
right?
ridiculous.
So it says 5 of the women said Tucker asked them to massage. I'm getting these are the specifics, okay?
You gotta be kidding me,
This is
man.
coming from the BaltimoreBanner.com.
Okay, yeah, you
Okay,
gotta be
I want
kidding.
to cite it.
You're
People
right.
go to the BaltimoreBanner.com. If you go
Yeah,
to Fox Sports, if you go to
you won't
ESPN
find
Sports,
nothing.
if you go to AP News, they don't give you this level of detail.
Right, right, right.
It's
Yeah,
very generic.
right.
Go to the BaltimoreBanner.com.
Yeah.
Okay, and it goes. It says five of the women said Tucker asked them to massage his while he had an erection. Right? They
Come on,
said
bro.
they said he repeatedly wiggled his pelvis to remove the sheets, okay, which fully or partially exposed his mid region. Okay. And I know I have to
Um,
be careful too because of the algorithm and all these other
yeah, 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 yeah.
things too, right? Explicit.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. 2 of the women said Tucker brushed them with his right.
Right.
And 3 said they returned to the treatment room after Tucker left. They discovered a large red spot on the massage table,
Come on,
which they
man.
strongly to believe would to be blank.
Right.
Again, I don't want to say this stuff.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah. So that's one
It's disgusting, man.
links. This article is about, man, I would say, 700 words, right? In this
Right.
article, easy, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's just one paragraph,
Wow.
right? There's an elaborate, detailed story about one of the employees who was 7 months pregnant.
Stop it.
Yep. And what she was trying to do, and she detailed what she was trained to do when
Right.
certain things happen, how to, help
Right, 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 right,
cover
right,
certain
right.
things up,
Right, right,
right?
right.
So that it's not there,
Right.
so that
Yeah.
she can do her work. Even at one point telling him, hey, can you just turn over on your stomach? So
Right, right.
you know,
Right, right.
he, and she leaves and comes back and he flipped right back around and right. So now his lawyer saying, all of this is, it's nonsense. It's not true.
Okay.
The spas said that it was so bad they discontinued him as a client.
That's it. Yeah.
Right.
That's I saw one. How do you get banned?
You get banned, and then
You get banned.
his lawyer is going to say no, no spas banned him.
Man, stop
What?
talking craziness, man. That's
So
ridiculous, man.
all I'm saying, and like I said, I was gonna go deep into this, and then I had to remember I have to be cognizant of what we say, right?
Right, right, right. Yeah.
We're a new podcast. We don't want to do anything to disrupt, what we're trying
Absolutely.
to
Yeah.
do,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and just bring really good information out there. But still, I think this is something that needs to have the same energy,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
this was, and thankfully there was one pundit out there that did talk about this and said the exact same thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It deserves equal treatment,
Yeah. Now,
right?
one thing that I really, he's married, right?
Yep. And they talk about that.
I
So
mean,
all of this happened between 2012 and 2016. So there's a statute of limitations here that's, nothing can be done. But I think they're going
right.
to get him from a civil perspective, right?
Yeah.
Some of the incidences happened before he got married, and
Right.
then I think there were 1 or 2 that happened after.
And
So,
it's crazy how stories like this, because I heard about it,
mhm.
and I read a little bit on it too, and I was just shaking my head like, what in the world, like why,
Mhm.
why do you, why, and especially
Yeah.
you being like you said, some of them happen, some happen before and then some happen after. But I mean, think about, his significant other, the embarrassment that she has to face now. I don't know if they have kids or not, if I don't know, but
Mhm.
if he does have kids, think about, what those kids got to face now
Right.
when they go to school and et cetera, and stuff like that. It's like these guys don't even think about the ramifications of, the decisions that you're making when you do stuff like this. It's not just you, man. It's your entire family that you embarrassing and you doing like this. And like you say too, I did see that there was not that much talk about this. It really seemed like it did kind of where it was like, oh, and this. Not this being like a big issue, which it should be, but it was sort of like a, oh, and this also happened too in the news. And man, it's just sickening to see that these guys, and I don't care how long ago it was, whatever,
It doesn't
you
matter.
know,
It doesn't.
it don't matter
No.
because you did it, and you did it in these situations, and the thing about it is, does he still plays for the Ravens?
Justin Tucker, the kicker. Yeah,
Yeah, he's
yeah,
still he's
yeah,
still on the Ravens.
yeah, man.
I want to see. I think they said the Ravens are still investigating. They don't. They. I don't think they made a formal statement or anything yet, but they
Well,
said they're still investigating.
they're investigating it, and the Ravens of all teams are they hold true to that zero tolerance, right?
Yeah,
Because I mean,
Ray Rice.
Ray Rice not too long
Yeah.
ago, right? So
Yeah.
I think they're not going to want to do anything or support anything that's going to bring that type of energy, right, to their organization and to the
Right.
league itself. So
Right.
we'll
He
see what
needs to be
happens.
gone, man.
We'll
He
see
needs
what
to be gone.
happens. Yeah,
Yeah. Man, that's sad.
yeah.
That's sad. I feel bad for the women that that went through this situation, and I know it's more that are out there, unfortunately, that have to
That
be
doesn't come
faced.
to light. Yeah.
Right, that never came to light or anything like that, and it's sad that they do have to go through these types of things, man.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you brought that up. That was a good that was really good, because that's something that it it just there's no place for it.
No,
There's no
man.
place for it, man.
Nope.
It's crazy,
Yeah. Well,
man.
like I said, if it was another type of player,
You're right. Oh, oh, this would have been like this would have been CNN, Fox,
yep.
CNBC. This would have been on the ticker symbol.
Oh yeah.
This would have been everywhere.
It'd be
This would have been like the opening story,
hmm
on every news
everything.
channel.
Yep. So we'll
Yeah,
see. We'll see. We'll
yeah,
see.
man. Yeah, yeah. It's crazy, but yeah, we in for a big week. This gonna be a big week. Oh, this weekend, you got the Pro Bowl activities
Mhm.
going on. I was tuning into, they have like a spike competition, and they have, all of these different things, that they doing. I guess trying to get the fans involved, but I don't I really just skimmed over it. I saw a couple highlights and stuff like that. But what's your thoughts on like all this extra the them trying to get the fans, I guess, trying to get everybody
I
involved.
think the league, the NFL, they're struggling with this,
Yeah,
right? They've done 99% of everything right,
yeah,
from an entertainment value perspective, giving fans sometimes what they don't even know they need,
right,
right?
right,
To
yeah,
help enhance the enjoyment of the game. They just can't seem to get this 1% right when it comes to the Pro Bowl.
yeah. I
Luckily, it
don't.
doesn't really matter, right? It
Right,
doesn't it doesn't it has no consequence whatsoever
nothing. Yeah,
to
no
your team.
ramifications.
It has no impact.
Right.
So that's a sigh of relief there. But
Yeah, yeah.
it's something that they're still looking. It seems as if they're putting forward maximum effort to try to figure it out,
Mm-hmm.
and they have not hit the right chord yet
Yeah.
with it. I mean, NBA is kind of having a similar issue.
Exact same thing.
Not as bad,
Right.
but it's kind of similar to where when we were growing up, you couldn't wait for the All-Star game,
What?
right?
Slam dunk 3 point?
Right.
Oh yeah.
And then even with the NFL, the Pro Bowl, like you watch
Right.
those games.
Yeah. You wanted to watch that.
I
Yeah.
understand not playing it. I mean, I
Right.
wouldn't you if you don't have to put them in pads and
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
potential have them go in, into potentially risky situations, then
Yeah.
I'm all for that.
Right, right, right.
But at some point, maybe you have to say, look, and that's what they did. Like, we're not having a game. I think they're
Right.
doing the flag football.
Flag football, yeah.
So I
Hmm.
think what they're going to have to do, they're going to have to really, and they are doing this. Like, you see the whole NFL flag football
Right,
commercials and all that
right.
stuff. They're going to have to continue to invest into that
Hmm.
sport and make that more and more appealing,
Yeah,
more and more, as give it more legitimacy,
yeah,
right? So
yeah.
that they could continue to incorporate that into the Pro Bowl. Because I
You
think
know
that
what?
is actually a good move, just having them play flag football. That
Right, right, right.
actually makes sense.
Yeah,
But I think it's just something that's going to have to continue to grow. And what's probably going to happen, you're going to see a whole generation, because the younger generation now, there's a lot more flag football youths,
absolutely.
right, than when we were younger.
Yeah,
So as this grows up and they become adults,
right.
that aspect is going to be a lot more appealing to them than it is to people like us.
Yeah,
So I,
yeah.
I think that they're playing the long game, which is great. It's just
Hmm.
going to take a while for it to
Yeah.
manifest
I,
itself.
I, I could actually see, this being something where it's actually a tournament,
Hmm.
where it's like a flag football tournament, a 7-on-7 flag football tournament, or something like that, where you got brackets and all that kind of stuff, elimination and that kind of thing. That would be kind of exciting. That would be kind of like if it's a 2 day tournament or something where I don't know if NFL players playing it, but then you look at flag football is going to be in the Olympics in 28, and so that kind of tournament field, that would be something that I would watch, because when you look at it, will NFL players be playing in flag football in the Olympics? Don't know. I mean, they do it for NBA players play for that. So
Yeah.
will that be something? I
Well, I
don't
mean,
know.
that makes sense because I think if you do a tournament style, I never thought about that. You have to look at the breakout then, right? I mean, you have four quarterbacks, right? Two for the FC, two for the NFC. So theoretically,
Right.
possibly start with four teams,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
right? Just
Yeah.
off that aspect alone,
Yeah.
and break everything out, from
That would be
the
exciting, though. I think that would be kind of exciting to watch that, like a tournament, like and they're actually, they're competing. I mean, I know it right now is a fun thing and that kind of thing, but I think that would bring out some serious competitiveness.
hmm
If there's a tournament that's happening, and then you trying to win the tournament,
Yeah,
and hey, whoever wins the tournament, do they represent USA in the Olympics? I don't know. That's a whole thing. But I'm just saying that, man. That I could get with that for
yeah,
sure.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, man. Yeah. So, all right, man. So, we'll wrap up, but Wednesday, or I think it's Wednesday. We'll have Doc on,
Okay.
and I'm ready for this conversation. This is gonna be good. That third party to really bring me down off my high, or keep me up, man. No matter, but it don't
Look,
matter
let me tell
what
you
I'm saying.
something. I have no idea what Doc is going to say. I talk
Yeah,
to Doc almost every day, but we haven't.
right,
I told him, don't tell me,
right,
right?
right,
Just
right.
wait. But I don't know where he's leaning on this. He may gas you up. Who knows?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, look, I'll take it. But what I was gonna say was, I don't even care if he go in the other direction. You can't deflate me right now, man.
Oh,
Right now, just gotta. I'm basking in this. So, we'll see. We'll talk to Doc, man, and we'll see where his perspectives are. Really interested to hear what he got to say, man.
yeah. That's good, man. That's good.
All right, all right,
All right.
all right. But we'll follow up then.
All right, man.